Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, Savas Designs. Today, we have a very interesting topic to speak about. We're going to speak about two different schools of thought and philosophy and how they approach art and how they see art. And we're going to try to implement this in today's artwork and enrich our knowledges. So, we're going to speak about Plato and his student Aristotle. They both lived in ancient Greece around 5th century before Christ, and they have two different schools of thought. Okay, even though Aristotle was his student, he followed a different path, I guess. So I want to speak about this famous painting by Raphael, the Philosophical School of Athens. It's a depiction of all the famous philosophers of the ancient times, and in the center is Aristotle and Plato. Plato is the guy who is pointing upwards towards the world of ideas, and this has to do with his philosophy. And Aristotle is pointing downwards. It's like he's telling him, be more grounded. Okay. So Plato believes in the eternal ideas. What are those eternal ideas? In this earth, we have some ideas like beauty or like justice, but their perfect form only exists in this eternal world of ideas. So what we experience here on earth is a copy of those. Aristotle is more grounded. He's telling us to observe reality around us and investigate, basically. He takes the approach of logic. So I'll give you an example to get in this topic a little bit deeper, and then we're going to apply this on the art. Let's take, for example, the invention of the steam engine, right? Which happened around the 18th century. Plato will tell you that, yes, it was invented around the 18th century, but the idea of the steam engine was always there. So steam engine existed in this eternal world of ideas as a possibility, as a potential, as an idea. So it could be invented basically at any time on the 16th century or yesterday. And also on top of that, the steam engine is not perfect because the perfect steam engine exists in the world of ideas. What we have created here is just a copy of that, which is imperfect. Aristotle, on the other hand, would tell you that no, there was a process behind this. There was like this person who did the invention had a specific knowledge. He lived in a specific era. He had a specific tools and technology in his hands. He had a teacher who also had another teacher. So it's a step-by-step process to get to the steam engine, which is perfect for Aristotle because for the time being and for the technology those people had at the time, that was the best they could do. So it was perfect. So, art, how we implement this in art. So both philosophers, they speak about mimesis in ancient Greek, which basically means imitation or representation. For Plato, is an imitation, and art is imitation, and he's not a really big fan of art. The physical world, as we said, is already a copy of this internal ideas world, and painting or drawing is just a copy of that copy. So a portrait might look realistic, but is deceptive. It doesn't have emotion, and it distracts us from pursuing real knowledge, and doesn't get us any closer to the ideal truths. And Plato goes so far to say that in his ideal state, he wrote a book about the ideal state, η πολιτεία του Platonos. And the artists, my dear friends, are bound. We are bound because art could mislead people away from philosophy and virtue. That's us. Aristotle, on the other hand, he flipped that completely. He defended art and said mimesis, so copying, is a good thing and it's a natural human instinct. And We learn by imitating, and art is not just copying random stuff, is representing universal truths and human actions, emotions in a structured way. And you can even improve some things we observe from this world through our pencils. So yeah, Aristotle also believes that art educates, entertains, which is true, and help us understand this world better. So this is the opinion of Aristotle versus the opinion of Plato. So now let's bring this into our drawing process today, right? I asked AI to create two portraits, one from Platonic view and the other from Aristotelian point of view. So on the left hand, you see the Platonic perspective, which is chasing the ideal form, forget the imperfections of the real reference, right? And we're trying to capture the essence, the timeless, the perfect vision of whatever we're drawing. So you see clean lines, geometric harmony, you see it's very symmetrical and with minimal details, right? There's no heavy textures, no shadows, and it's abstract, it's conceptual. He's focusing on proportion, the ideal proportion, and the ideal of beauty, and not realism. On the other hand, Aristotle, the portrait on the right hand, we are grounded. We approach this through a step-by-step process and through logic. We start with what we observe, what we see, and we study references. We break it down step by step, and we start with basic shapes, anatomy, lighting, and real physics, basically. So yes, that's my result from the AI. Let's take this to our contemporary art, right? We are drawing on our tablets or on iPads or on our Wacom. The example is this. As you see now, I'm drawing a female character, right? From a Platonic perspective, this character exists in the world of ideas, the internal ideas. Somehow it landed in my brain, and I'm trying to copy this on my iPad, and it's not gonna be perfect because it's a copy of the internal idea. Through Aristotelian perspective, I have an objective. I want to create a female character. I write it down with bullet points, step by step. I want to create a female character from ancient Egypt with these proportions, with this art style, with this like posture. And I'm gonna start step by step. I'm gonna find my references, and I'm gonna change the artwork through the process. I don't have a specific outcome, yeah, it's a step-by-step process, which is more grounded, as the painting of Raphael shows. Okay, let me know of your process. Let me know of your thoughts. How do you do it? Do you combine both? Do you have initially an idea from the internal world of ideas and then apply Aristotelian logic? Or do you start from Aristotelian logic? Or do you do it like abstract, as Plato would say, trying to imitate the perfect world of ideas? Let me know. Or maybe you have a third way, I don't know, that you would like to share with me. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching my video. I'm gonna make more videos talking about philosophy because it's very interesting. Philosophers speak a lot about art, and we have many things to learn from that. So having said that, thank you for watching, and see you later. Bye bye.
Doo-doo.